Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. If I could control Rewind, I would want Fortnite and Mark S. Brownlee. Or would I? According to my health teacher, video games is now the #1 addiction in the United States. That's incorrect. If you do even a shred of legitimate research on video games and video game addiction, you'll find that most psychologists say, we really can't reach a consensus on that because we don't have enough information. But of course, adults are going to fearmonger about things. I don't know why I'm devoting a whole portion of this video to that. It just really kind of ticked me off that a health teacher is making that big statement with no evidence whatsoever.
Oh, the news said it last night. Guys, did you see the news? Video games is an addiction.
This is why gamers is the most oppressed group, and I'll thank you and help out in our fight against the non-gaming I'll thank you to help out in our fight against the non-gaming normies and the pretend gamer girls, because we all know that there's no such thing as an actual gamer girl. It's impossible. It's biologically that girls, video games, they can't. It's impossible. And that's facts. Oh, this is my whiteboard after about 2 years of use. As you can see, it's pretty damaged. I'm actually somewhat concerned about having to get a new one. Welcome back to Science Facts with Travis. On today's episode, we're going... Now, in order to legitimately get into the mood for science, we need to have some scientific lighting and sound effects, which is already being taken care of by
this freaking annoying water in the... Shut up!
Guys, I found one of the old Infinity Stones. Oh wow, the memory is up. Now, besides professional science lighting and my amazing professional science lab coat, we need a professional science hat. And, luckily, as luck would have it, we're in luck. Because I have the 9th edition of the certified special science hat. And now I'm ready to talk about science. Vaccines cause autism. This has been Science Facts with Gosh dang it. I hate it when that happens.
Now that I've just spent a whole 5 minutes picking up all those cards that I spilled out for no reason because I thought it would be funny, I think that earns me the right to tell a story. One time, I was playing a game with the cards. Now there's just a deck of cards with only 51 cards in my house.
But wait, you might ask, where's the evidence? And you would be correct. What? Where is it? Because the truth is, there is no evidence that vaccines cause autism, but it's a science fact. If that's good enough for a true scientist like me, that should be that should be good enough for you. Yeah. Hold on, if this is a science show, we need a science soundtrack. You got it, buckaroo. Oh my gosh, look how much the disco ball is struggling trying to spin that hat. There you go, buddy. Better now? Alrighty. And it's stuck again. Cool. Guys, I'm having a flashback moment. If I could control Rewind, I would want Fortnite and Mark S. Brownlee. Of course! Fortnite and Mark S. Brownlee. But wait, what was that a part of? YouTube Redux! And as we all know, God, I'm just gonna say, gosh freaking dang it. So remember that 20-minute YouTube video I made complaining about YouTube Rewind, how YouTube is disconnected to their creators? Well, there's a huge, big thing around YouTube, which is the YouTube war. I already described another social media war that's going on, that people are making out to be a big deal even though it's not, which is Reddit versus Instagram. That's stupid. Guys, there's no reason to go to war. With YouTube, we actually got some serious problems over here. Alright? So, long story short, in the past couple of years, there's been a lot of crazy stuff that's gone down on YouTube. First, real big sign that things were happening was the whole PewDiePie controversy that everyone remembers from the beginning of 2017, where PewDiePie made edgy jokes, and the media didn't like those edgy jokes, so they took them out of context. And now there are people who are uneducated, who legitimately believe that PewDiePie is a racist, or a Nazi, or promotes genocide, or that he's an anti-Semite. All of which are absolutely, undeniably false. And we have this huge deal that's been made out of him where it's like, oh, if you get caught retweeting something that he retweeted, you're eligible to be fined. No, you're not. That's stupid. That's legitimately stupid. So, we've been having this whole, controversy around YouTube. And of course, then there was the adpocalypse because of that. A lot of advertisers were like, oh no, they don't align with my left-wing agenda. I'm gonna have to pull my ads. And so they did that, and of course, a lot of YouTubers lost their livelihoods. YouTube themselves started demonetizing people left and right like crazy. And overall, it's just been a bad scene. And it's gotten worse and worse. Since 2017 and well into 2018, and continuing now, YouTube has this increasing cancerous problem of commercialization, and I don't mean just having ads on videos. That's how these creators make their money. That's great, I'm glad to watch ads to support these creators, even though I have ad block. But the problem here is that YouTube is putting the profit and the commercialism above the legitimate individuality and the priorities and the needs of the creators, the needs to make money, to sustain themselves. And this was the exact opposite of what we created capitalism for. Come on, guys. Come on. So now, of course, we have to conform to an agenda if we want to make money. I don't make money on this site. I'm a kid. I live with my parents who make all my money for me. I don't have to worry about this stuff yet. But there are legitimately people out there who thought they could rely on this as a source of income. You could argue, oh, it's completely unstable, you shouldn't think that, and I would agree. But nevertheless, people are losing their jobs over this unfairly. And it's a battle fought between the YouTubers and YouTube itself, the big company that can't manage itself because it's stupid. Now I can understand the stalemate that YouTube is owned by Google. Google is a massive corporation, and there are lots of people looking to take Google out because Google pretty much rules the town. So if Google makes a big mess up, then people can have a reason to sue Google or to endanger their success. And so now people always look to YouTube where that happens because YouTube can be a bit of a controversial place. So YouTube, the company itself, it's under the control of Google. Google wants to make sure that YouTube's following all the rules. So there's just been this. So now there's been this whole thing between YouTube and the creators where YouTube's forcing the creators to follow all the guidelines about how to make a video that won't get demonetized, and it's been stifling the creativity. I mean, if you know about the Monkey Jones thing where, because of an incompetent employee, Monkey got his channel and his account banned from YouTube for no reason whatsoever. It was a whole thing where he had made a video talking about a violent criminal, and because of that he got his channel banned. Now, obviously this is unfair. If you look at YouTube's direct guidelines, they only talk about, oh, you can't make a video about promoting violence. None of anything he said promoted any sort of violence or hatred at all. It was criticizing this violent criminal. Now, of course, in today's world, and in really any world ever, context doesn't matter when it comes to majority consensus, because people want to fulfill their egos. People are going to want to do the things that make them feel like they're right. So, of course, this extends to YouTube as well, and people are just getting screwed right over because of this, and it's a problem. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring up YouTube is part of this bigger topic, which is fearmongering. Elsewhere in the video, I had been talking about
people who think vaccines cause autism.
And the fact that the news, apparently, according to my health teacher, stated that in the United States, video games is now the #1 addiction. That is absolutely ridiculous of a statement to make, because there is no evidence whatsoever to support it. Now, you probably wonder, how does this YouTube thing feed into fearmongering? We're afraid of offending people. People who get easily offended are afraid of being offended because they're afraid of changing their worldview. People who like to make fun of people who get easily offended are also afraid of changing their worldview. Just as afraid, you know? And I have to make that disclaimer because otherwise I'm not being fully fair. This is an issue on both sides. People don't want to have their opinions changed because they want to feel like they're right. They want to fulfill their ego, right? So now there's all this fear-mongering about jokes you can make and jokes you can't make. If you were to go to my Instagram and look at like all the memes I post and how some of them have to deal with some stuff that's a little bit edgy, a lot of that would definitely get me fired if I was an adult. A lot of that would probably make me lose my job or not get into college. Here's the thing. I believe honesty is important. I know that honesty is a value that's underappreciated by today's authority level, the people who control society. You know, like the governments and like the government and like all the colleges and people who in the news and people who form the mass opinions. They don't like honesty. They really don't, because honesty, as I said before, proves them wrong, and people don't like to be proven wrong. So what it all comes down to is we're screwed because people are afraid of being proven wrong, and so there's all these big fear-mongering issues, and it makes me real frustrated. You know, because people are being treated unfairly just because some people, I'm the one who's right here, not you. Alright, so guys, we did it. Oh boy, I'm a real scientist now. Lights, dark, lights, dark, light, dark, light.
And now I will single-handedly bench 105 pounds. Oh gosh, no. Oh gosh, no. I can't do this. I'm not. This is dangerous. Dangerous. I was scared I was gonna kill myself there. Whoop.
Alright, so like I've been saying, the general point, trying to make is that... The heck was... Oh, that was an aux cord. Don't like fear-mongering. It really irritates me. And we have a huge problem with it in society. Especially, I've noticed this is obviously not a fair or accurate statement to make, but I've been noticing it's a big thing with adults. Adults love to fearmonger, and it's because if they don't agree with what everyone else is saying, they'll lose their jobs. So that's understandable. And adults have to be accountable. And in today's cruel and unfair world, that means being dishonest. So let's yeet on those normies, am I right? Yeah, fight the war against Instagram, guys. We'll get them to stop reposting our memes, am I right, fellow kids? Woohoo! Man, that's so important. Oh, this war with Instagram. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Whoa! It's pretty bright in here, boys. Ha!
Alright, this was a strangely different video from what I usually make. I recently, over break, I made a huge stockpile of Let's Plays, so I probably shouldn't run out for a while now. But I haven't. I'll be completely honest, because I feel like I should be. I don't fully enjoy making Let's Plays. That's probably pretty obvious when I make them, how boring the commentary generally is. I like making them with other people, but on my own, you know, like Let's Plays I have to make, no. But whatever. The point is, this was a different video. I kind of like making it. It was interesting. I'll see how it turns out. I actually wanted to make a video on the Gillette commercial, criticizing it, but I decided not to because that was boring and dumb. So let me know what you think. I want to do more organic videos like this rather than just Let's Play. I want to do a lot of podcasts, because I like, honestly, podcasts are, I love them, but I'm really curious to see all the stuff I might do. I've been working on some music. Don't know when that's happening. I'm still in the process of releasing all the stuff from the zombie movie. I'm kind of streamlining it so I can keep making new stuff while also bringing that stuff. I'll release everything except the Anaya video, because there's no point in having that on its own. It's just its own thing that's gonna be still on the special. Whatever. I really love the response to this special. Honestly, even though it's a few weeks old at this point, I'm glad people took the time to go over and check that out. That made me pretty happy. So now that I've gotten past all this thanking of you guys for validating my insecurities, it's time to end the video, huh?